Hey YouTube, how you guys doing today? Kevin here coming at you with another video. So, where we at? Okay, so I picked up an MT1. I got the engine sitting here on the floor, checking it over. It has a broken case here. Chain went through it, typical, but the back part's good. Needs to be repaired right there. And then on the back of this, the wall got blown out. So that was one part. Second part, they did a lot of power shifting with this bad boy. Some of the dogs on the gears are rounded off. So it's got a good clutch. Nice clutch. Got a lot of good extra parts for this. So I decided I'm not going to put the MT1 together. I am going to keep the parts though. I'm going to keep the headlight for a spare. A lot of parts are going to find their way onto the other bike. The tank is absolutely drop dead gorgeous. You see this tank, you're going to like, whoa. This is the tank from it. Right here. It's the bottom side. Let's see that. Boy, I don't want to keep hitting with that. Yeah, side, no dents, dent-free tank. And when we open it up, that's the cap. That tells you the condition of the tank. It's mint. Absolutely mint, flawless tank. Now, a buddy of mine told me that the difference between this tank and my tank is the height of this. And that's really the only difference with it. So it really wouldn't matter if I used it. But here's the thing. See this nice decal, this nice artwork? That's all factory original. I can't physically take myself to strip this tank down. So him and I are working on a deal to see if we could swap out a tank, because he's got other tanks. Even the seat was mint on this, guys. There's not a tear on it. Factory original seat. Not covered. Not covered, but original. That's hard to find. So, we have some parts. We have some pieces. The oil tank is really good. If you can see it now, there we go. So it's got a lot of cool parts and pieces. I'm very, very excited to it. Look at these pegs. You know, frame is in beautiful shape. Good fenders and all that. Even the bar is pretty straight. So some of the stuff is going to find its way onto that bike, and then a buddy of mine is going to take the rest of it off my hands. So he's helped me out tremendously with the project. So this bike has to go to him. It can't go to anyone else for that reason. Without him, that bike right there will be in a bucket of parts still. So one hand wash the other, both hands wash the face. So I'm going to show you guys the other tank. This here is the other tank. This is off the other one. Nice tank, no dents. It's clean on both sides. Underneath is decent. This tank had fuel still in it. It was caca. Look, I mean, you can see the rust right here. Watch this. The wipe's basically right off. So I got what do you call it there? It's sitting right now in vinegar, and gonna let that clean itself out and see if that will do it. So that's gonna sit in there for today, and then we're gonna clean it out and check it out and see if we can salvage this tank. It is not in bad shape. I think there's like a little pinhole back here, but other than that, it's not in bad shape at all. She's a good contender for a bike, and we're going to use this on a project bike. But solid tank once again. I wish you guys could have seen the bottom of it first, but I mean, it's coming back to clean, and that's just using vinegar. So I bet you any amount, if I took this out, I'm going to put this in the sunlight, let the sun get to it, and then go from there. Now, if you remember back when I was putting the bike together and I'm trying to put the bike back to period correct, I always say to you guys, it's the little details, it's the small things. Now, we're not restoring the bike yet. It's going to be a winter project. However, you want to make sure you get all the bits and pieces before you can go any further. And I was able to find the little rubber bumper. There's a little rubber knob that goes on the ejector at the bottom. A very hard item to find. So that was on that MT1. So I lucked out. I got the bike. I got the air filter assembly. I got a nice tail light. I got a lot of extra parts that I can put in a box and say, if I break something, I can go to it now. You know what I mean? I've got a really nice magneto. I've got a lot of extra parts for this bike, which is just mind-blowing. I've got, let's see here. I'll show you. So we got the tank, which I might be swapping out. I might be trading the tank. I'm not really sure what's going on with that yet. If the tank that he's got is in the same condition as that one, but the color scheme I need, then we'll do the trade. I don't want to strip the paint off that one though. So that I will use for the rest of the winter, for the summer to ride the bike, and I will keep searching for the proper tank. We'll figure something. We're gonna work something out. But I got the seats. I got a couple of seats. So he'll be hooked up pretty well with a lot of cool parts. So over here, I took apart the air filter assembly. Got the factory air filter assembly for the bike, which was nice. Even has the whole air filter assembly. The foam is no good. The foam is junk. But I mean, for the most part, it's all there. Clamp style, everything is there to it, which is a pretty cool find. Normally those are missing. The carburetor bowl was junk. Has a hole in it. I put my finger, actually, I didn't know it was broken. I put my finger and I touched it and it went right through it. But it looks like it would have been a great contender. I don't know what the heck they did to it, but they did something to it. You can see all the varnish in there, the gum. And here's the carburetor right here, all taped up. So, they have, they got it pretty well taped up. So, but it is what it is. It is a good carburetor. It can be cleaned. It's really nice inside. So we have a good carburetor and intake. So we will put that in the ultrasonic cleaner, box that up, and put that off to the side. So we have another carburetor. So that's how it is. So I'm going to combine this video, guys. I'm going to do a combination video on the MT1, and I'm also going to do my tool review while I'm here. I like to show you guys a lot of the tools that I use on my day-to-day. So, I've been showing you guys a lot of the Milwaukee stuff. Now, mind you, I am not sponsored by Milwaukee. Wouldn't that be awesome if I was? But we're not. But if I use a good tool, I have to share it with you guys. So I'm gonna show you guys a couple of tools that I got recently. Was the Milwaukee Fuel. This is a Sawzall. You spin this right here, this little collar, quick disconnect, you put your blade in there, you let go of it, and that's pretty much it. And it's got the fuel gauge on it, hence the name Milwaukee Fuel. As always, I like to show you guys. So I got a Sawzall blade here. Basically all you gotta do is grab here, right in this little collar, twist it to one side all the way, drop your blade in, release it, it'll lock it in, and then look at that, huh? It's got an LED light. Is that crazy? Thing's fast. I got that, and one of the other tools I use a lot is a grinding wheel, whiz wheel. And I use the whiz wheel. Let's see if I can get this. I use the whiz wheel a lot, and I use it at work, cutting metal. I use it at home, cutting through metal and all kinds of stuff. And here's what it looks like right here. And this is also a Milwaukee Fuel. Let me grab a battery. I'm going to show you guys a couple cool things about this. Okay, it's the fuel. So you got the little gauge right there, tell you how much battery life you got. Okay, and then this thing's fast. It torques right up. The guard, you can just grab the guard, and you can change it. You can change the pitch of it, whatever direction you want. And the real cool part about this tool, it's got forward and reverse. So say you're cutting right now, okay? If you get it this way. Now right now the sparks are going to be, it's rotating this way, so the sparks are going to be blowing at me. I can just hit the button, so I'll stop, hit the button, and then now it'll cut and blow out the sparks the other way, which is really cool. Now, for you contractors who watch my channel, okay, it comes with a few different blades. It comes with a sheetrock and a tile bit. So it comes with different ones, a sheetrock and a tile bit. You can easily change it. It's got the black button here. You just rotate it, lock it in, and then you can use the reverse thread Allen head. But the real cool thing about this, now it's set up right now for a mechanic, okay? Say you're going to be cutting tiles, or you're going to be, you know, doing some specialty stuff. Now, it's a circular saw, okay? You can change the angle of it, like that. You can change the depth, how you want to go through the, how much you want to go through. It's got a little gauge on the back here, so you want a quarter. Okay. Set this little arrow there. Set it to a 1/4 inch. And a 1/4 inch will stick through here. It's also got this pretty cool attachment right here in the front. Just a little cap, pull the cap off, you stick your vacuum hose onto it from a shop vac. And now when you're cutting, all the crap is going to come through this tube, go into your vacuum, and it's going to make your cleanup a whole lot easier. So I thought that was really, really cool. I'm going to tell the guys at Milwaukee one thing that this thing does not have. And it's something to be really cool if the Milwaukee guys get to see this review. On a circular saw, which is what this is based on, you could change the angle. So if you guys could make this plate change the angle, that would be a pretty cool upgrade. Because sometimes when you're doing a corner joint, like if you're doing tiles on the wall and you got to butt them together, you want to cut them at a 45 so they can, you know, they can match up. So that would be a really cool thing to have on this. So there's that. And a couple of tools that you guys have seen me use many, many times over and over again. Okay, I'm going to actually bring you guys back here a bit. Okay. I'm sorry I'm so close. And this is an oldie. It's a Craftsman. And it is an adjustable wrench. And the cool thing about this tool is if you're using a ratchet on one end, you get a bolt, a nut. This is actually the best wrench to have, so you can hold any size bolt on one end and ratchet on the other. Okay, so, and I'll show you with a nut here. You guys can see this or not. Okay. Look how well it holds that nut. You see that? So you're going to get a good, solid grip on the nut when you're tightening it on the other end with a ratchet or an impact. So, just wanted to show you guys that. This thing is pretty cool to do that with, and it stays there pretty well, too. So that's a cool tool I use. This right here was at True Value Hardware. This is an old school top battery post terminal removal tool for the top post batteries. This is old school. You can still get these at the old mom and pop hardware stores. They still carry these things. This is great for pulling Kickstarters off. You can easily pull a Kickstarter off with this thing, and it comes in handy for pulling them off, especially if you got the spline, so you're not killing your screwdriver driving in a wedge. So just some pretty cool tools I wanted to show you guys, and yeah, so we got a lot of cool stuff. Well, let's go take a look at my father-daughter project, and I will be right back. Alright, so Harvey Spooner gave me one bike, and the KD80 is his to work on. We're going to go through that. I got him sitting over here right now because I got to put him away. But this bike right here is a Yamaha GT80, and this is the one that he gave me. This bike right here is not in bad shape. The tank is clean for the most part. Has a little bit of crud in it, but not too shabby. See? Easily to be fixed. Nothing dramatic. We can easily fix that tank without seal coating it. It's missing the flywheel, the magneto there, and it's missing the cover that goes here with the clutch. Here's the clutch cable right here. So it's missing a couple of things, but for the most part it's all here. So we're going to go ahead and my daughter and I are going to work on this bike. We're going to put this thing together. She wants to get into riding, so I think it'd be a cool father-daughter project, and what better to have than a classic Yamaha. So this is going to be her bike, and I am not touching it until she gets here to work on it. We got some tires in the storage, so we're going to grab some tires for it. They're not great tires, but they're better than that. So but that's what we're working on this bike right here. So I figured I'd show it to you guys and see what you guys think. And we might actually end up making this bike CDI. I've got a CDI unit that would work on this, so I think I might change this over to CDI. We'll see what she wants to do. If she wants to keep it old school, we'll keep it old school. If she wants to bring it up a little bit, we'll bring it up a little bit. So I do need to get some parts for it, but nothing dramatic, nothing over the top. So I think it'd be a nice build for her. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And thank you for all your comments. Special thank you to Harvey Spooner. I can't wait to get your bike done for you. I found a ton of wrong parts on the bike. We're going to fix that thing up nice. It's a Kawasaki KD80. And we're going to build that for him. So anyway, guys, I'm off. Thank you guys for watching once again, and I'll be seeing you.